Welcome to your Max Podcast Now. TechCrunch reports that Apple has been negotiating a deal with Nuance in recent months, or so they've heard from multiple sources. Does it mean reacquisition? Most likely it means a partnership that will be vital to both companies and could shape the future of the iOS. Buried under all the original bluster about Apple and Nuance lies a very important fact. Siri relies on Nuance technology for its services. While they initially used Lingo after launch, Siri quickly switched to Nuance for a number of reasons. One being that both came out of Stanford Research Institute, the other being that, Nuance is just considered to be better. They've used Nuance up until the Apple acquisition, and in fact, they're still using Nuance right now. This matters because as Siri technology is expected to be a big part of iOS 5. By extension, that means that Nuance technology will be a big part of iOS 5. It will also give Apple something they've always desired when possible: complete control over the technology of their devices. Apple needs Nuance for what they believe to be working on iOS 5. And while the iOS isn't likely to appear until the fall, as TechCrunch first reported last month, it is likely to be unveiled and talked about with developers at WWDC. Apple has quietly decided to drop Intel processors in favor of ARM-based chips in its line of MacBooks and MacBook Pros, a new report claims. Citing anonymous sources, technology news site Semi-Accurate is reporting that Apple's move is already a done deal. However, the company won't be bringing ARM chips to its devices anytime soon. According to Semi-Accurate, its sources say that the move won't happen for 2 or 3 years, potentially coinciding with NVIDIA's release of the Project Denver CPUs. Those ARM-based processors are being developed for everything from PCs to servers and supercomputers, NVIDIA said earlier this year. They will be integrated on the same chip as the company's GPU. A new report from Apple Insider claims that publishing giant Condé Nast will begin offering in-app subscription for Apple's iPad as early as next week. The New York Post reports that Condé Nast will start offering an in-app subscription option for select publications as early as next week. According to the report, The New Yorker will be the first publication to make the transition. By the end of May, Condé Nast will add the subscription feature to the 7 other iPad editions of its magazine, which include Wired, Golf Digest, Glamour, Vanity Fair, Self, Allure, and GQ. Annual subscriptions will cost $19.99 US, according to the report. In addition, the single-issue price for the iPad version of The New Yorker, GQ, Glamour, and Wired will see a price reduction to $1.99 US from previous prices ranging from $3.99 to $4.99. The news comes closely on the heels of reports that Hearst will initiate in-app iPad subscription services. Hearst announced on Wednesday that 3 of its magazines, Esquire, Popular Mechanics, and O, the Oprah magazine, will feature in-app subscriptions starting in July. Time Incorporated, the largest magazine publisher in the U.S., has yet to reach a deal in app subscriptions, though it did begin offering free iPad editions to print subscribers of several of its flagship publications earlier this week. Publishers have slowly begun climbing on board. Last month, Bloomberg said it was pleased with Apple's terms and began offering a $2.99 monthly subscription to its Business Week app.
Truth triumphs fiction!
And now one of those stories where money just falls into your lap. A New York City cab driver has racked up the fare of a lifetime. Muhammad Alam was paid $5,000 US to drive a pair of friends to Los Angeles. The trio left Saturday night after they had reached Las Vegas by Thursday. Investment banker John Beltsky of Leonia, New Jersey, told the New York Post that the idea was hatched during a birthday celebration for Dan Hueben of Queens. Beltsky said they wanted to do something magical. When they decided on a cab ride to California, they found Alam at LaGuardia Airport and brokered the deal. The two friends haven't decided how they'll get back yet. As for the cab driver, he says a friend will meet him in Los Angeles and help him make the drive home. That comes under the category of just too much money. Okay, boys and girls, thus begins another week in the Magic Apple Kingdom. Hope you had a nice weekend. I know I didn't do a damn thing, so it was wonderful. So, until we meet again tomorrow, remember, download, double click, drop out.